Right Understanding to Help Others, Part 8.
Amrish,
Jai Sachidanand Deepakbhai, what is the difference between duty and seva?
there is definitely a difference. Duty has to be done mandatorily, whereas seva is optional. If we want to do it, we can do it, and if we don't, then we don't have to.
But when we do seva with other Mahatmas, sometimes I feel that it is natural and spontaneous, and it should certainly happen like that.
Yes, it is natural and spontaneous, but what does seva mean? For instance, we are all attending this satsang, but some people are sitting at the bookstall, some are sitting at another stall, and some are taking care of the kitchen. Today, 25 people are handling the kitchen. They are arranging food for 2,500 people. Otherwise, someone else would have to take care of that. They are doing seva, and that is why we are able to attend this satsang freely. So their seva. Take the Dada magazine, for example. Around 25 people are involved in publishing an issue. You keep getting the issues at the right time, don't you? That is considered as giving seva there. Because of that, around 25 to 40,000 people are leisurely reading Dada's speech. So someone has done the seva, and that is why we are getting the benefit. That is considered seva. There may be 25 people handling the kitchen, another 25 people doing the shopping. Some may be helping the caterers, some may be helping with other things, and some may be helping in management. Because of those 50 people who are giving seva, the other 2,500 of us are able to have our meal on time, right? Otherwise, if everyone says, we will not do seva, we will take the benefit of satsang, then at mealtime everyone will wonder what happened. What would be the situation then? Therefore, this is considered seva. Do you understand?
Yes, I understood. Secondly, Deepakbhai, if we rank the priority between moksha and seva, then moksha has a higher priority, right? Whereas seva is secondary.
There is no problem in that. What is this like? The 5 agnas will have to be followed 24 hours, whereas we can do seva only when the circumstances arise. In an entire year, you can only give seva 2 to 3 times when there are programs. Otherwise, who would be ready to take seva daily? Therefore, we should give seva as and when required. We should remain open to it. We need to remain in the agnas and the self for 24 hours. Moreover, we don't have to give seva, file 1 has to give it. Tell file 1, go ahead and do seva nicely. We have to clear file 1 by remaining in the 5 agnas. So our work is to remain constantly in the 5 agnas. Depending upon the circumstances, some days file 1 will give seva, some days he will go to work, and some days he will take care of the kids at home. If he is not well, then he will be visiting a doctor. So we should let the karmic account of file 1 get finished.
My last question is, whatever parents are doing for their file 3 or 4, is that considered their duty? Suppose we don't give something to them, or resist giving something to them. Is that considered as missing our duty as parents?
No, we are not telling you not to give. We should not spoil our own. Some people, for example, a couple sold their bungalow in India for 7 million rupees. They sold everything and shifted to America. They told their son, we are giving you money for a motel. They had converted the rupees into dollars. After some time, as their son was unskilled, the business gradually went down, and now his parents are working as desk clerks and the son is somewhere else. If the parents need $5, the son will start quarreling. What do you want to spend it on? Because all of this happens, parents should remain cautious. You give everything to your children due to your moh or illusory attachment and then become miserable. Don't do that. Keep whatever is necessary, and then there is a way to give. You can tell your son, take a loan from the bank and progress further. If you need help, then I will give you 5,000 rupees. If we give 100,000, then later our situation will become difficult. Don't give in a way that we will need to ask from him later. Whatever is yours, keep that in your name. After my passing, my wife, your mother, will get it. And after we both pass away, you will get it. That too, you should not give everything. Dada used to teach that, however much we had received from our parents, we can give that much to our children. It is referred to as legacy, right?
Yes.
Whatever we have earned, we should use that hard-earned money for God, so that it can be useful to us in our next life. It's all about managing proportions. It's not that we don't want to give anything at all, and also not that we should give everything. Keep normality. So they feel satisfied. I got a little from my father. Our parents gave us a little, so we will also give something to them. Otherwise, arrange it in a way that we can use most of it ourselves, for religious purposes or for our livelihood. This matter is worth understanding further. There is a demarcation between moh and duty in that. One gives everything due to moh and then becomes miserable. Whereas if he remains in normality, then he can live peacefully for his entire life, and the children will not go on the wrong path either. They won't get spoiled. They can also remain in normality.
Yes, right. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Smita Sangvi.
Jai Sachidanand Deepakbhai. My question is, I have to do seva of Alzheimer patients as a daily activity in my business. We charge a monthly fee for that. And to help the families, we also conduct free educational seminars and support groups. Before attaining this Gnan, I used to think, I'm indeed doing seva. And if I have more facilities, then I can do more seva and expand my business. After Gnan, now I think, I don't want to increase the file. However, to do seva of Mahatmas and to do seva of the general public, non-Mahatmas. I feel that my Prakriti, non-self-complex, has been molded for doing seva of Alzheimer patients. So if I am not able to do seva of Mahatmas, I don't desire that, but so how should I set the priority for doing seva?
No, but continue doing what you are doing. People are certainly getting the benefit, aren't they? And whatever surplus time remains, we can help Dada's Mahatmas. People are indeed getting the benefit, right? Where can people get such a thing? Patients have so many problems. At least they've gotten some relief. Continue doing that. And in case we need to charge money, we can do so. We will make good use of that money. We can spend as per our requirement and use the rest for some good cause. If someone has difficulty, then we can say, don't pay me. Keep helping them. Moreover, the file does not increase. We only encounter the files that we have brought from the past life. The circumstances are finishing. The karmic account is finishing with the file. It will fall off one day.
Whatever intents I had made, like I had set goals, I want to do this. At that time, I had a lot of my and I.
That is fine.
All that is gone, but still the idea of expansion that I had before, if it comes forth in the present, then should I go ahead with that or not?
It's like this. Let it happen according to the circumstances that arise. If circumstances come together and... We should see two things in this. One is, see to it that we get good sleep at night. And secondly, when there is a spiritual retreat like Parayan or Parishan, then we should be able to attend it freely. We should consider that. Don't expand to the extent that we don't get time at all. It shouldn't be that we don't have time to sleep or have a meal. I have observed, while eating, yes, the poor guy doesn't have time to eat. Hey, you increased your work that much? Keep it limited to the extent that you can at least eat peacefully. So we should do the work in such a way that we can remain at peace. It means instead of 100%, do 50%, 70%, 30%, so that people keep getting help. And Dada says, give your mind food for 4 to 8 hours. The rest of the time we can spend for the self. So neither are we stopping it completely, nor are we fully expanding it. We are keeping normality. We may feel like satisfying our intense greed. I will finish it like this. May it expand like this. May more people... If we get someone to handle it, then we can hand it over to him. You handle this much and I will do the rest. So we can do such an adjustment, okay? And if they are non-Mahatmas, but if they can understand, then we can give them Dada's books and talk about Dada. If they are not able to understand, then deal with everyone in a loving manner so they feel at peace. God is indeed residing within everyone.
This time I'm thinking that my staff, in the staff meeting, we indeed tell them God is residing within the person we are serving. God is residing within you as well. So we are indeed running our business like this. However, due to availability of time, sometimes I feel that my ultimate goal is to go towards moksha. So I like to spend my time doing personal introspection instead of helping others.
No. Instead of doing that, keep normality. Right now, if we can spend 1 to 2 hours for the self, then that is the best. Instead of 2, we can give 3 to 4 hours, but not more than that. Then the rest of the time, like 6 to 8 hours, because the kashai that arise in worldly interactions and in administrative work, we should wash them in our free time. Say, if we want to wash our clothes, then do we keep washing them the entire day? Or do we have to wear them first and then wash the dirty clothes? Did you not understand?
Jai Sachidanand.
Wear them, then wash the dirty clothes. But don't keep washing them the entire day without wearing them. Therefore, continue to do worldly interactions and whatever administrative work we need to do. And whatever attachment and abhorrence or kashai arise in that, do pratikraman for it and wash it off. Moreover, take time out and do Dada's vidhis. It takes about an hour. We should do that. Do reading for half an hour or an hour. Do pratikraman for 15 minutes or half an hour. That is more than enough. In this way, it will take up 2 to 2.5 hours. And the rest of the time, the files that we come across will keep falling off. They will gradually fall off. Suresh Kapadia.
Jai Sachidanand. I am Suresh Kapadia.
Yes.
As you said, we should start seva from our home, then do seva for the neighbors, and thereafter do seva of others. While doing that seva, if we find God, then we don't need to do anything at all. When Dada Bhagwan attained absolute knowledge, meaning when he found God, even after that, he spent his entire life doing seva to improve people who had ignorance of the self, like me, and even people with greed.
So?
I got confused because you said that when we find God, then there is nothing left to do.
Yes, then you can remain as a pure soul and let File 1 do seva for others. He will do it according to his unfolding karma. Dada had this intention for infinite lifetimes, and that is why his current unfolding karma was also being used for the salvation of the world. Even the absolutely enlightened lords had this intention for so many lifetimes. So even though they attained the state of absolute knowledge within, their body kept getting used for the salvation of people. However, for an ordinary person, whatever karma he has bound, it will certainly unfold like that, right? Everyone may or may not get the opportunity to do seva. In that case, finish your karma. Finish it by remaining as the self. So, this matter is for the people who are doing social service. For us, Jagat Kalyan and social service are both different. If we help in resolving the other person's mental miseries or physical miseries or his social difficulties, then that is referred to as one type of social service. Whereas to free him from the ignorance of the self, that is referred to as the intention for Jagat Kalyan. How can he progress on the path of Jnana? How can he progress on the path of moksha? That is considered as the intention for Jagat Kalyan. And that part is, to give food, clothes, and shelter is referred to as social service. Whereas the intention that may his ignorance of the self go away, may he progress in Jnana, may he get free from his kashai, his faults, and progress in the real spiritual effort of moksha, that is considered as the intention for Jagat Kalyan. Dada's life was spent in that. That was there as a byproduct. May his social miseries and his physical miseries of the worldly life decrease. It used to happen naturally and spontaneously. However, his main goal was not that. His main goal was certainly that may people become free from the ignorance of the self and come to the state of the pure soul. So we can also do that, okay? Mahatmas are certainly doing that. Recently, we had a spiritual retreat for Mahatmas who give seva. On the occasions of the 100th birthday and 101st birthday of Dada, there were 5,000 Mahatmas giving seva. Every year it is increasing. Everyone says, I want to give seva in Dada's program. They are all indeed giving it. There are 80 to 90 local centers in India. Around 25 to 50 or 100 to 200 Mahatmas get together and they are indeed giving seva. So, while giving seva, they are doing the real spiritual effort of remaining in the pure soul, and they are using their mind, speech, and body to facilitate Mahatma's conveniences. So it can be done. This point is for those people who were doing social service. That is what the book refers to. He was doing social service, but what needed to be achieved while doing social service? It was, I want to attain God. When one attains God, then he finishes his karma and goes to moksha. Do you understand?
Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Anil Bhai.
Jai Sachidanand.
Mansi Shah. Go ahead.
I saw in Samaik that we steal by lying to our parents. We take something and then we give it to our friends who are poor.
We help them.
So what should we do about that?
Now it is over. Is this matter still going on?
No, it is finished. But my parents felt hurt.
Do pratikraman.
I have to do pratikraman, right?
Yes, because on one side he is afraid of his parents, so he doesn't ask for money by telling the truth. He speaks a lie and takes the money from them and then helps the other person. Now whatever we have done, do pratikaman for it and put it aside. Do you understand? We should definitely do pratikaman for our parents.
I've done that.
And if one has not attained Jnana, do you know what benefit he gets? He will have to suffer the punishment for lying and stealing, and he will also get the benefit for the good he has done. In the next life, he will get to roam around in a car like a Mercedes or a Rolls Royce, but in the life form of a dog. If one does such things, then he goes to the animal life form. It won't happen to us. This isn't as grave, but if he does these kinds of things where he gives misery to one person and helps another, don't people do such things?
Yes, they do.
He cheats one person, takes money from him, and then helps other people. He will get the result of both. Nothing goes to waste. He will get the result of his wrongdoings as well as for the good things he has done. So if we ended up lying or doing wrong things, then do pratikraman for it so that it gets erased.
We are indeed doing that.
That is correct. In worldly life, people think, rob these millionaires. Why is that? Because they are robbing the poor people. We should give charity to the poor. He will quarrel with the millionaires, ask for money from them, and then give charity to the poor. Truly speaking, the millionaires aren't robbing anyone. Whatever they are doing, that is their own responsibility. But when we think negatively of them, we'll have to suffer the punishment for that fault of ours. We will get the reward for whatever good we have done as well. Both are part of nature's law. If you hurt anyone, then you will suffer punishment for it. For instance, if a cat is chasing a mouse, and we save the mouse but beat the cat, then we will bind demerit karma for beating the cat, and separately enjoy the merit karma for saving the mouse. There is no addition and subtraction.
Right. Jai Sachidanand.
Mansi Shah. Falguni Javeri.
Jai Sachidanand Deepakbhai. On this side.
Yes, go ahead.
While doing seva, many times my focus gets diverted. I forget my goal. Dada has said, when are you able to oblige? You can only do so if it is in the pigeon's vyavasthat. Otherwise, it is not possible at all. Then he says further, when you give your own fruits to others, then nature will take care of you. Reading that sentence, I firmly feel, let's help others. But then Dada says, this is indirect dharma.
Yes.
Then comes direct dharma. So, I want to understand a bit more about vyavasthat and direct dharma, religion.
When one attains the state of I am a pure soul, that is referred to as direct dharma. When we remain in the state of the pure soul and remain the knower and seer of file 1, that is referred to as the dharma of the self. Whether file 1 is doing seva or harming people, that is the karmic account of file 1. For our Mahatmas, after they attain Jnana, after they become a pure soul, the Prakriti falls under the control of Vyavasthit. Whatever design one has created in the past life, it will continue to give results. I have unfolding karma of doing satsang. That is considered as unfolding karma. Do you understand? For all the Aptaputras, the result of their past karma has come forth in this life. It is not the real spiritual effort of today. Today's real spiritual effort is when they remain in Jnana and the Agnas. So, this is natural. Today's behavior is according to the seed sown in the past life. and the result of the next life will come according to the seed sown today. Do you understand?
Yes.
So today's Vyavasthit, Dada says, you need to understand. Understand applies to the intent. I want to give my fruits to others. When one makes such an intent, he is sowing the seed. Then in his next life, the result comes in such a way that everything goes on smoothly and naturally in the worldly life. Whereas it is Vyavasthit means he is talking about the behavior. If you try to save the pigeon, only if it is in your karmic account of Vyavasthit will it come in your behavior. Otherwise, if it is not there, then because the dog may have already caught the pigeon and it may already be dead. We reached afterwards. We arrived late, so the karmic account was not there in Vyavasthit, so it didn't happen.
So, whatever we are doing it with the intent of being an instrument. Is it like that?
We certainly have to keep the Jagrati that we are doing it with the intent of being an instrument. But whatever happened, we don't have to become the doer of whatever happened.
Yes.
Because it was Vyavasthit, that is why it happened. Or it was not in Vyavasthit, so it didn't happen. Do you understand?
Yes. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand. Falguni Javeri, then Hari.
Jai Sachidanand.
Where are you? Yes, go ahead.
This is on page number 14. What is Vyavahar Dharma? How is it different from social service?
Vyavahar Dharma means don't hurt anyone through the mind, speech, and body. Social service means, say if a person is not well and is admitted to a hospital, then one feels, I will go and help this person every day. He is giving one kind of help. Some people say, we will feed the hungry people. In every incident of my life, whether I am doing a business or a job, or staying home, or if any person comes in my worldly interaction, he should not get hurt by me. If I remain in that Jagrati, then that is referred to as my Vyavahar Dharma. If I give misery through anger, pride, deceit, moh, and intense greed, then I missed my Vyavahar Dharma. We say a simple sentence, may no living being in this world be hurt, even to the slightest extent, through this mind, speech, and body. If we can follow this, then we will have had a great beginning to our Vyavahar Dharma. Whereas social service, for instance, if you say, I will give fruits to the hospital, then they will say, no outside food is allowed here. We will not allow you to give that. They do that in some places, right?
Yes.
Why is that? Because we have to follow their rules. It is like that in social service. We want to help, but we should follow the rules and then do it. Some people will take the help and some will not. So all that is a social thing. One surely wants to help, but if he gives misery to his wife, or if the wife gives misery to her husband, or if the husband gives misery to his children or his parents, then he has missed his Vyavahar Dharma. Worldly interaction means do worldly interactions without kashai, so that no one gets hurt. A state free of kashai is beyond that, but at least do worldly interactions in a way that no one gets hurt. Do you understand?
Yes. Jai Sachidanand.
Jai Sachidanand.